Um, okay.
Now I'm recording. Okay.
Also, Edwin, could you ask Mentor Honey? Okay, okay. He opened the camera.
Okay. So with that being said, welcome everyone. Welcome back to Founders Japan Korea Taiwan joint program. As you well know here that we are moments away from the graduation. And I can tell you that all of you have made huge progress, huge improvements, founders, in compared to the first time you joined, first sessions, initial sessions. And in the beginning, we were telling you that the journey won't be easy, which you already experienced that it wasn't that much easy, right? But it certainly has become rewarding experience for all of us. And as we're approaching the graduation, which means you're near to the end of this program, there's only one session left, which is the funding session. And this is the active investors only session. So you're gonna get kind of fine last touch from them and kind of retouch to your pitch, your storyline, your entire the deal itself is ready or not towards the graduation, and that's going to be a nice final touch going to be. And with that being said, we also suggesting some funders to funding that program, as we already explained you. That's going to be a funding only focus program. So not everyone can join this. And so we need to suggest, if you really want to join, just come and tell me. But even though you don't suggest, we ask you, we suggest some of you already there. But if you have special requests, you can tell me. The must-have criteria for funding lab is you have to be full-timer in your startup company. You have to have two founders, which is and you and another person. And so on, some early traction, product needs to be live, and so on. So it doesn't have to be final product, as you know, which is MVP is enough. So anyways, in order to get the most out of this program, I highly suggest to not to relax so far, because when you see the graduation, some people, some funders relax and then they don't do graduate deliverables and so on. I would highly recommend you to not relax that much, because you can get surprise epic sprints and so on. That would not be easy for you to graduate. So there are a lot of instances, actually, we won't let some people graduate prior to, which you can ask the previous cohort members. It even happened last 3 days. So please hustle to get ready for the graduation. So, which is very important day, and focus on the deliverables, which is deliverables prepares you for the, uh, those dates, and demo type of the events, pitch events, and so on. You're gonna need to join a lot of them from now on to keep the fundraising, especially fundraising traction going. So we want everyone to be collaborate with us to also build up more tension towards this graduation day and the demo day, online event and then physical event, both of them. Please give a like, support us, and then on social media, invite your friends and so on. Also, mentors, please support us for that, so we can make some noise and be available for other people, also other aspiring startups as well. That being said, okay, a quick reminder to write the graduation event. If you reach out for you to provide a logo or a picture, please provide us SAP. And it's going to be 6 p.m. GST virtual, which is expecting 100 people online going to join. In person could be even bigger, because in person events start to become bigger than online. So be ready. 6 p.m. August 5th, right? So forget to mention your name.
Yes, I did.
Okay, let me share my screen back and let's get started. Okay. August 5th, 6 p.m. Japan time. Okay. Let me see. Hey, Henny, nice to see you, man.
Hey, buddy. Good to see you
I
again.
mean,
Long
I'm in
time.
the same time zone right now. I'm in Turkey.
Today I'm in Egypt. Are you in Turkey today?
Yeah,
Okay. Is it cold over there?
it's hot, 35
It's
degree.
hot. Yeah, Middle East.
Yeah, like I believe can't be hotter like than Egypt, I believe. Anyways, with that being said, thanks everyone. We bring you great mentors again, and this is the agenda, which is typical. We're gonna welcome our mentors, and Fundus gives 5 minute pitch, which we're towards the end of the program we switch to the 5 minute speech. Mentors give one direction and feedbacks, and then mentor presentation this time from Mahesh. Today's session is all about growth, and everyone has some experience on the growth angle of the startups. And then feedback session, which we're gonna do in the breakout rooms and Q&A and so on. That's it. So easy. So with that being said, without further ado, I'd like to invite our mentors to give a minute introduction about themselves, and let's get started after that. Mahesh, which is you're the presenting mentor today, and stage is yours for introduction.
Thank you, Eric. Uh, Good afternoon, good morning, based on where you are. My name is Mahesh. I work with Rakuten as of now. I have already registered a new company, a new startup upcoming. So there will be some new things coming up in upcoming days. I worked on startups, couple of startups before. One of them was acquired by Rakuten, and that's where I work with Rakuten. I also am a founder, director of Asia Open Run Academy in Philippines, and I work with Eric for 5 mentor program. Looking forward to hear from you, and maybe today we'll discuss about the growth.
Yeah, thank you so much, Mahesh, and thanks for your continuous support always to us. I really appreciate it. All right, with that being said, another mentor who support us for the long time, from the beginning. So, Jason, and stage is yours.
Yes, hi. I think I know everyone here already, but just a refresher again. My name is Jetson. A serial entrepreneur and angel investor, and also work in the product space, tech and product spaces. Right now with TomTom, which is a navigation space company. If you have the GPS navigation device in your hand, or if you're using Uber Eats, basically you're using our data, right? And right now I have been with FI supporting all the cohorts since Adinch and Yuli have engaged me for a couple of years now, and it's been a fantastic experience. And right now, I'm really happy to see everybody has come this far in your startups, right? We're really looking forward to see how you would do well in your growth stage and towards your graduation. So very excited to be here again, and looking forward to all your pitches.
Thank you so much, Jason. Really appreciate it for your support as well. All right, Henny. Thank you for joining us from the other part of the world, but you have been supporting us, very well last two cohorts, right? And thank you so much for joining us today. And stage is yours.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Hello, everyone. My name is Hani Sayed. I'm background a tech guy, but for the past 7 years, I do entrepreneurship in the digital business. For now, I'm strictly focused on prop tech industry in Middle East. I'm based in Dubai, but I do Middle East business between GCC and Egypt. For now, we're running a startup in the prop tech, so we manage all the real estate developers and brokers and property management end to end. And I had also a few investments and few co-founded other startups, like in the e-commerce SaaS business. We have business that's being acquired in a Dubai-based company. And for now, we have a EdTech business also in Egypt, and we're scaling it to Saudi. And I do mentorship with Founder Institute since 2019, mainly in Japan recently and in US for a while. It's a pleasure to see everyone here and learn from you guys and give you also some of the insights, especially if you're trying to expand or localize to Middle East. I think I'll be your right support here.
Thank you
Thank
so
you.
much. Thanks, Annie, for supporting us as well. Guys, as you can see, all the mentors are from very different angles, which is for one is for more strategic, and another two is more product angle, which growth is sometimes considered as more strategic and marketing related things. Actually, it's more like nowadays more product led growth related. So we all I believe one of the, honest speaking, the weakest point of our cohorts generally is the product, unfortunately, because we're mostly focusing on the build up some traction, get some customers, because we believe that if we can really understand their challenges of the customers, we can build up better products and so on. So with that being said, it's important to know how to build a product which build the engine, growth engine inside of that product as well. That's why more product related mentors we have in the product session, growth session. But we at the same time we bring it together the more strategic angle as well, especially with Mahesh. So that being said, couple of announcements. Again, we're talking about product, which is the general speaking the weakest point of most founders. So AI product development is one of the hottest topic in the world, and a lot of people are asking the same topic, which is we had an event for this. Time zone wise is a very strange time zone, but we are happy to join. We should join together so we can meet with the Trevor. He's an amazing guy. He's going to teach us how to use the agentic workflows to automate repetitive tasks we have done for our own company as me and our team for using the NN8 platform. So highly recommend it. So we can also learn from him how to do that. So, and also we're gonna have an event together with you guys. I'm going to have you or mentor or funders to ask you what is the hardships that you overcome and what every entrepreneur needs to know before launching a startup in Japan specific and regional specific. So next Wednesday. And our new programs also started. So if you have anyone in your network who wants to start a startup company, please feel free to recommend it. Early deadline is September 21st. Okay, let's get quick selfie with our mentors so we can have a nice memory with them, with our mentors as well. Okay, ready? Guys, give a painful one. I know you get tired of this. Taking. I took a lot. All right. Let's go. Okay. Any final reminders? Let me double check. I think all mentors know the story here, which is the validate, launch, and traction track we have in our programs. Only one person is in the traction track, some launch, and most of them validate track, and so on. How we judge the pitches, which is we already delivered to you. I don't need to spend time for that, but briefly, you're gonna evaluate across these criteria. You can have a look. It's also in the guideline as well. If you're gonna rate across three things, you will show your fingers, your ratings. No three is allowed, and one criteria is core idea. Viability of the core idea. Second thing is a skill of presentation, and third thing is the research quality. And we're gonna rate as one, as an average one. You will give those ratings verbally. One May, and then we're gonna get the an average of it and issue to the dashboard. At this point, I'd like to, confirm with our mentors that do you have an access of this screen? Mentors?
Yes.
Hold on. Okay, let's get started then. So first founder going to pitch today is, with the drum roll. All right, Jamil, we build up a lot of, expectation. First founder, which is from the traction track, right? Traction track, and you're gonna shake the stage, right? You're so
Yes,
excited
sir.
about it.
Let's get it.
Let's do it. Okay, whenever you're there, you can share a screen. I'm gonna set the timer.
You can see that full screen.
Yeah, we can see the full screen
Disciple.
and moving. Yes, we can also hear you.
Okay.
My timer is already. I'm gonna count down, and then you can start. Oh, mentors, please, use this feedback gateway link as a note keeper, so you can submit your feedbacks there. Won't need to do double drop, for saving your own time. And please issue all the things that, all your ratings or your comments, so we can trace back, right? So let's use a tech. So we are in the tech background all over, sorry. So let's use a tech. Anyways, and you can use these feedbacks verbally as well when it comes to, giving the feedback time. Everyone will be timed, by the way, including founders and then mentors, to give feedback so that, in order to manage the time. Okay, that being said, okay, Jamil, 3, 2, 1, let's go.
Hello, everyone. I'm Jamil Hampton, founder and CEO of Naka Industries. Our mission is simple but powerful: to produce carbon-neutral synthetic oils at scale, cheaper than drilling for new crude, with lower emissions and a truly circular approach. We're turning the global plastic waste crisis into a scalable, profitable climate impact. The world generates over 300 million tons of plastic waste annually, with less than 10% effectively recycled. The rest ends up in landfills, incinerators, or our oceans. Meanwhile, fossil fuel-related industries face mounting pressures to decarbonize and secure sustainable alternatives. This isn't just an environmental disaster. It's a supply chain crisis for manufacturers and refiners. Naka addresses both sides of that crisis. We use advanced pyrolysis to convert post-consumer and industrial plastic waste into clean, carbon-neutral synthetic crude. Our modular systems break plastics down in an oxygen-free environment, creating a drop-in oil feedstock ready for refining, fueling a circular economy without incineration or new drilling. Our competitive edge is real: a patented, high-yield, energy-efficient system delivering 10% more oil, 30% fewer emissions, and 40% faster processing time than typical pyrolysis tech. We've already operating systems commercially in Japan for 5 years and hold 3 international patents that protect our design, controls, and emission reduction methods. This is a $1 trillion problem and a multi-billion-dollar opportunity. The advanced recycling market is alone. It's growing at a 20% CAGR, expected to surpass $120 billion by 2030. We're focused on Japan and Southeast Asia, where waste challenges, decarbonization pressures, and regulatory incentives create fertile ground for rapid adoption. We generate revenue through long-term offtake agreements with refiners and chemical companies, carbon credit monetization, licensing our tech globally, and tapping into government subsidies tied to decarbonization. With our current LOIs and expansion plan, we're projected $100 million in annual revenue by year 5. Our GTM is phased. Phase 1, build our first facility and deliver against initial offtake contracts. Phase 2, expand regionally by partnering with municipalities for feedstock and more offtake buyers. And Phase 3, scale through licensing and new facilities across Asia. We're also working with carbon credit brokers to certify and sell our J credits. We've already proven our model in the real world. We've operating commercial systems in Japan for over 5 years, and now we're finalizing the acquisition of our technology partners' IP and manufacturing capabilities. We have multiple LOIs and global oil majors With global oil majors, strong support from local Japanese governments, and active preparation underway for our first full-scale facility. And we've done all this while bootstrapped, proving the tech and the business model without relying on outside capital. Our edge lies in patented, proven operational tech with higher yields and lower emissions, a strong IP moat that's hard to replicate, carbon neutral certification, deep relationships with global oil buyers and government officials, and a first mover advantage with our certified carbon neutral tech in a high barrier market. I've spent over a decade developing this business from scratch. I know the recycling supply chain, the pyrolysis process, and what major buyers need. I built relationships with global companies and secured government backing. I'm even relocating my family to Japan to lead this effort. But it's not just about me. NACA is backed by a world-class advisory board with expertise in energy, recycling, finance, and infrastructure. Together, we're driving a mission-driven business built to scale. We're raising $10 million in pre-seed round to build our first commercial scale facility in Japan, complete the IP acquisition and technology transfer from our partner, hire operations and sales talent, and begin generating carbon credits and revenue from offtake contracts. Yes, this is a bold raise, but it's designed to validate our unit economics and system at scale. We've bootstrapped everything to this point, proving the technology, building real traction, and lining up key partnerships. This funding enabled us to fully commercialize and positions us for a $25 to $30 million seed round to replicate the model globally. NACA isn't just about plastic waste. It's about redefining value in the industrial supply chain. We're transforming waste into climate positive oil and proving that circular systems can be profitable at scale. This is how we build a cleaner, more resilient future, and we're ready to lead it. Thank you.
Thank you so much. All right. Okay, rating. All right, mentors, we're going to rate across three, right? So it is the core idea and the presentation and the research quality, right? The first one, the core idea. 3, 2, 1, let's go. 5, 5. Henny, is it 5 or 4? 4, okay. Great, okay. The presentation. 3, 2, 1, let's go. 4, 5. Oh, that's also great, okay. And the research. 3, 2, 1, let's go. 5, 4, 4. Okay, great. All right, so mentors, start to choose. I think I'm gonna start randomly. At the one that maybe who already talked with him. I think how about start with Jetson? Would you like to go first?
All right, sure. Great job again. I think one really key thing to note this time is your presentation is so much more lively and engaging and really just attention at the beginning. So really good job on that. I know time zone differences are challenging, but I think you really pulled it off. So good job on that. Great problem statement. Again, I think that's one of your key wins in with your product. You know where you stand and what you're trying to solve, right? Just some small items are like the third slide has some repeating text. I think probably missed out on proofreading a bit. And also how and which organizations do you engage in the supply chain, right? Obviously, you're solving a problem like where do you collect the waste from and how do you get it into the supply chain and where are you selling it to, right? One more thing is also on the financial environmental costs that I mentioned the last time, right? Do you have the numbers, right? Is this actually more economical or is it more expensive to actually do, right? And a lot of times plastic waste, it's very, very costly. Last thing is your 10 million pre-seed, right? Obviously it's very high as a pre-seed for in any scenario. So it's very good to indicate how you back this up, right? Where these numbers coming from. And maybe at this point also it's also might be great for people to know planning to close the next round anytime soon? Do you have a rough date or do you have a rough traction with potential investors as well? All right. All in all, fantastic job.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. Okay, Henny, you want to go next?
Sure. Not so much on top of Jetson, what he mentioned. I was about really to ask also the same almost questions. The first part was only is it focused only in a vertical of industries, or it is common for all across industries? The second part also, is it a cheaper, or is it also adding an extra cost to the supply chain? And the third was the company is bootstrapped till today. How much almost or an average, how much we invested in, and also I also second Jetson, the 10M in a pre-seed fund is a little bit higher.
Okay, Mahesh.
Okay, Jamil, compared to last time, the presentation has been extremely improved. I'm happy with that. What you might like to think about is the initial introduction part. Sorry. So the initial introduction part, if you can shorten it like 10-15 seconds, that will save you later to explain the commercials. The pipeline, you have explained it in the revenue streams. You better show it in a stream so that the representation is better, I guess. And that's why I said 4, otherwise I would have gone for 5. Next one would be the what would be the one you said it's a unfair advantage, but how that is going to benefit you against, or how are you going to build your moat against the dinosaurs who are huge in the oil and industry, because oil industry is quite aggressive in that fashion. Many technologies come and they just either acquire them, shut it down, bulldoze them. So how are you going to build your moat against? You might get this question. You don't have to explain it, but you might get the question. Last, I kind of disagree to the seed funding size, because the industry you are in, I know you have also an hardware to build and scale. So to build that kind of hardware and scale it, you might need that kind of investment. So all in all, good, but these are few fine tunes you might need to work on to get this speech to the VCs well. All the best.
Thank you, everyone, for your input. Appreciate that.
Okay, thanks everyone. Let's go to the next founder, which is Richard. Richard,
Yeah.
whenever you're ready, your screen.
Yeah, just a moment. Okay, I'm ready.
Okay. All right. 3, 2, 1. Let's go.
Hello, my name is Richard Orman, and I'm the founder of Nakatomi. And we're taking one of the biggest pain points from our startups and SMBs trying to break into regulated markets like defense, fintech, and healthcare. And that's security compliance. So let me break it down. If you want to win enterprise or government contracts today, implementing a comprehensive security program is not an option. It's a prerequisite. But most startups founders, our own experience with security is just slapping on a password onto their product. And when they're asked to do something more, they're staring at months of work, hundreds of thousands of dollars or more in consulting fees, and a confusing landscape of vendors. Even after you've bought all the latest tools, you're still left stitching all the controls together, hoping you've implemented the minimum expectations set out by your large customers. And the end result? Lost time, wasted capital, and founders who feel like they're fighting a losing battle just to get to that starting line. And that's the problem I set out to solve after spending 13 years building a comprehensive security programs from scratch for governments and large companies, from my time at NATO in Germany to Japan's fintech sector. I saw the same mistakes repeated over and over again. Compliance treated as an afterthought, expensive consultants, and months wasted reinventing the wheel. At Nakatomi, we've built a platform called Plaza that changes the game. Instead of giving founders a checklist, we actually build solutions that work for them, allowing them to build out their security program like Lego pieces. So here's how it works. Customer logs in, selects their preferred cloud provider, and chooses which compliance framework they want to target. That sets the goal. Plaza then automatically deploys a secure best practice cloud architecture mapped to those requirements, generates all the supporting documentation, gives the founders and technical leads a clear, actionable roadmap with real-time progress updates. We even assign daily, weekly, and monthly tasks to ensure controls stay audit ready. So our business model is simple. It's a SaaS subscription where the customer pays a monthly subscription for us to help them manage their compliance program and collect the evidence for when they do a third-party audit, with additional revenue coming from our third-party vendor marketplace that allow integrated tools for things that we don't provide in-house. For example, antivirus. Why this market? Well, it is a massive and growing market, projected to be at $75 billion globally, with CMMC, which is the defense sector compliance requirements, forecasted to be over $5 billion by 2027. At our mid-tier pricing points, we only need 72 customers just to hit $1 million USD annually. Our competitors like Drata and Vanta focus on compliance tracking, but they don't automate the cloud setup or have a price point that's appealing to small companies and startups. Consultants are expensive and slow, but Nakatomi's Plaza is the only platform that combines infrastructure deployment, third-party vendor selection, and compliance automation. Our go-to-market strategy targets early-stage startups and SMBs in these regulated markets like defense, where compliance is a barrier to entry and speed matters. We're focused on direct outreach to to these founders and through advisory networks, and are building relationships with potentially accelerators or other startup assistant companies. So we're building our MVP with pilot customers lined up and early partnership talks. The need for that is validated by the conversations with dozens of founders and consultants, with early partnerships looking to provide our solution to small vendors for large companies looking to reduce their third-party risk. At Nakatomi, we're building for founders like me who want to focus on innovation and not the paperwork. Leveraging our experience in cybersecurity, we are primed to address this ongoing pain points experienced by customers and help them get through compliance for the first time. We're seeking angel investment for 200,000 USD to expand our platform offering and bring security from day one to every startup that needs it. Thank you for your time. I'd love to answer any questions and get your advice. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Okay, let's go. All right, mentors, it's time to give the reviews. All right, let me stop sharing. All right, mentors, your turn. Okay, first the core idea. All right, 3, 2, 1, let's go. 4, 5, 4. Okay, amazing. Okay, next is the presentation skill. All right, 3, 2, 1, let's go. Okay, great. And the research quality. 3, 2, 1, let's go. Okay, amazing. Okay, who wants to go first? All right, Henny, stage yours.
Since I wanted to go first, since I came from the same background, I really love the idea. Thank you, Richard. there is a huge gap in the market in this. I potentially can support even in this because I suffer from this, especially in the startups and the enterprise. And by the way, there was a similar name. It's called Crayon. If you're familiar with Crayon, Crayon had their own Crayon Plaza, which is I really liked the name, by the way. The market is huge. The gap is huge. There is a huge need in this market everywhere in the world. The only challenge that you might face is the maturity level and understanding of this needs in the market. And this is a very narrowed niche. It's only B2B, and I think only medium to large B2B. Not everyone is behind the compliance because people treat compliance as something luxurious, not mandatory until they face some compliance issues or something. I'm not sure I quite understood also the funding and the valuation and the needs of the funding. So if you might just need to reshape this, and we might have one-to-one after this also. I'm really interested to have another discussion on this. But everything else was
All right,
great.
thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. Okay. Who wants to go next? Jason, Mahesh? Anyone? Jason?
Okay, I'll
Yeah.
go next.
Oh yeah, go for it.
Yeah. Richard, we have been discussing this. Like, this is my third time I'm hearing you.
Yeah, probably.
And yeah. So one thing which today I wondered, if 72 customers it takes to generate $1 million, what will it take to scale to $100 million? Because then do I have to add 2 zeros, or are you going to generate more from the same customers? You need to work on that math because today is a growth session. You might reach 22 customers. Is it generate $1 million? But what next? So in order to scale, you need to have either partners or some upscale or sale beyond to generate to the 100 million. So are you want to reach to that $1 billion valuation of a unicorn? You need to have these questions solved. Another area which is like from the business model perspective, what are the different business models you have to serve to the B2B customers, because they will ask you for what are the options. So these are two things which were not clear in the presentation, and that's why I stepped down to 4. Otherwise, it would be a perfect 5 presentation today.
Thank you, Mahesh. All right, Jason?
Yeah, thank you.
Okay. So yeah, very good presentation again. I think you guys have come a long way, and I think it's very good variances in pitch and tone. Especially in a topic that's quite mundane for a lot of people, right? It's very hard to make it tangible and understandable. So I think that's a very good way to keep the audience engaged and try to understand your product a lot better. Um, and I think your presentation of problem statement was critical here, right? I think a lot of people miss out on understanding why you need security or you need compliance, and I think you have really presented it very well. The part where I feel we start losing the audience attention might be it comes to the customer journey, right? It's still a little unclear to me. How do you come from the point of signing up for your SaaS subscription, right? To onboarding to setting it up, right? So I know it's meant to be a very straightforward, easy to get it off the ground, and it's meant to link to startups. Do you have a visual example? Do you have the ability to actually present to a startup why and how are they going to acquire your service, right? And of course, this is a very hot topic right now. So obviously the market is growing, right? And the competition will grow as well. So how do you compete in this growing red ocean market? What's your market strategy, right? I think as Mahesh mentioned, are you going it alone or are you going in partnership or integration with other potentially larger SaaS services, right? In this whole supply chain of new services that can be offered, right? So I think go to market strategy is critical here. Can you slam down a very strong impact so that people just know that you guys are the ones to go for immediately, right? Or do you have to always sell B2B alone to multiple companies, right? I think this is the make it or break it component in your solution. But either way, fantastic job. Congrats to you, and I think it's definitely come a very long way since we first talked.
Thank you.
Amazing. Thank you so much, everyone. Okay, let's go to the next person. All right, Timothy.
Yes.
Timothy, whenever you're ready, let us know.
Okay, you can see my screen?
Yeah.
Okay, ready when you are. Yeah.
Okay, 3, 2, 1, let's go.
Good evening. My name is Timothy Kate, and I'm the founder of Livius. We are building the essential operating system for logistics operations in Africa, because right now, inefficiency doesn't just cost money, it costs lives. Moving goods across Africa today is chaos. This isn't just an operational headache, it's a multi-billion-dollar humanitarian crisis hiding in plain sight. Let's talk about what this chaos actually looks like. First, we have financial losses. Logistics account for up to 75% of a product's price in Africa, crippling businesses and customers. Next, 37% of all food produced spoils in transit because a manager can't tell if a truck has failed until it's too late. And critical goods such as vaccines delay, risking human lives. And the human risk is real, driver fatigue, a direct result of poor scheduling from a lack of visibility, contributes to Africa having the highest road fatality rate in the world. And this chaos is caused by one simple fact. 60% of operators are still using manual pen and paper systems, while the rest are forced to juggle over 6 different disconnected software tools. Livius is the AI-powered operating system that turns these catastrophic losses into profits. We directly attack the root cause of the chaos by eliminating operational blind spots through unifying data and control. We enable operators to recapture up to 30% of their annual operational costs through intelligent automation and reduce wastage up to 80% through cohesive tracking. We replace chaos with clarity and control. But how do we do this? Our platform delivers this value in 3 simple steps. First, we unify your data. We've done the hard work of building adapters that pull information from every source, IoT sensors, fuel cards, ERPs, into one single source of truth. Next, we automate and optimize. We don't just show you data. Our AI models and algorithms analyze it to provide actionable recommendations, predicting a vehicle failure before it happens, or recommending the most efficient route. Finally, our customers act with intelligence. Our dashboard provides real-time insights on asset utilization, on-time delivery rates, and cost per kilometer, allowing managers to make data-driven decisions that immediately impact their bottom line. This is a massive opportunity at a unique inflection point. The total logistics market in Africa is over 200 billion, and our initial focus is on the 1.4 billion serviceable market for tech-ready operators. This market is exploding, driven by the African Free Trade Agreement and a 25% year-over-year growth in e-commerce. The demand for this solution is not just growing, it's becoming a necessity. And the market is already validating our approach. In just 3 months since our MVP launch, we've onboarded over 50 customers, and 30% of them have already converted to paying customers. We've seen a consistent 30% week-over-week growth on asset onboarding, and our clients are seeing immediate results. One of them told us that their asset utilization time has doubled since joining Livius. Our business model is a capital-efficient SaaS engine. We offer tied subscriptions, starting at just $30 per asset per month. This gives us a strong unit of economics with a healthy fundable LTV to CAC ratio of 3:1. No assets, no brokerage, just high margin recurring revenue. Our go-to-market strategy is disciplined 3-phase plan. We will start with founder-led sales to anchor clients in Kenya, then scale through channel partnerships before finally dominating the long tail of the market with product-led growth. Now, we are not the only players, but we are the only ones with the right strategy. Our competitors fall into two camps: asset-heavy brokers like Kobo and Lori, or siloed point solutions for things like fleet management. They are the fragmentation problem. We are in the winning quadrant. We are the only fully integrated operating system built on a capital-efficient SaaS model, and that is our unfair advantage. This mission is personal to me. That's me 10 years ago at the port with my laptop. And I'm an experienced software developer, born and raised in Kenya, and I've built solutions in this space that have scaled in over 10 countries, and also build automation solutions for giants like Rakuten. We are asking for $500,000 pre-seed round that will give us an 18-month runway to achieve the key milestones that will unlock our full potential. And our plan is to launch our AI modules next, reach $500,000 in annual recurring revenue, and hire key leadership. Thank you for your time, and we welcome you to join us in the journey of transforming African logistics. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Okay, waiting. On the mentors, 3, 2, 1. The core idea, 3, 2, 1. Let's go. 5, 4, 4. Great. Okay, and then skill of presentation, 3, 2, 1. Let's go. Okay, and the research quality, 3, 2, 1. Let's go. All right. Okay. Jason, you want to go next? First?
Yeah, I think it's a really good long way you've come since the beginning, and I think you have presented a very strong problem statement. I think your presentation is good in general. However, I think at this point in time, having as I mentioned in earlier comments as well, having variance in your pitch and tone is going to be very powerful. I think your pitch is a little flat, so I kind of start to lose you unless I try to remain engaged, right? It helps to also point out the key details of your pitch that's important, right? Your presentation slide as well, I think it's a little bit too data and text heavy. So as I'm looking at numbers and I'm starting to look at what numbers to look at, right? So be selective, be very clear on what you want to present, right? It's great to have numbers, but maybe to be had after a pitch, right? So you don't have to show everything, but enough to make sure you educate the audience well, right? And you mentioned something about Auckland Free Trade Agreement, right? If that is one of the key moving details, I think it's good to put that in your pitch or have it bolded somewhere, so that's one of the key indicators of what is going to help move your product forward, right? Presentation on your traction as well is a really good win. So I think you mentioned it in a very strong way, and also your go-to-market is great, right? You have framed it very well, the framework. But when you went into the competitor section, you mentioned integrated OS, right? I'm a bit lost on what that means, right? So make sure when you pick a detail, it doesn't raise questions. It's more about what are you actually doing there? Are you saying that you can be done through mobile and all that? That maybe just verbally mention it, right? People understand you're really at the top there, and people don't have to scrutinize it too heavily. All right. Either way, fantastic job, and I've seen part of your product before in our mentor sessions, and I really love it. So great job.
All right. Thank you so much, Jason. Thank you, Mary. All right. Next mentor, Henny, you unmute. You can go.
Sure. Thank you so much for the presentation. I really liked it. The idea is great. It's a bit mix of red/blue ocean, but as an African business man, I see the potential is great. The presentation, I agree with Jetson. It was a bit wordy and more numbers. Not clear the business model for me, and the scaling is not clear 100%. As well as also on the technology side, it wasn't also clear for me. I saw some SAP, some AI models that you're trying to build. I didn't really quite understand what's the main solution in a very, very basic 2-3 lines. In the funding size also, 500 is reasonable, but it was also to mention in valuation of how much and what you guys are going to do with this money. And the last question, how old are you, man? You look so young for me.
31.
31. Okay, so you're halfway already. So I thought you're still fresh grad or so. So it was for me. I would accept non-completed pitch if you are like 24 or 23. But since you are 31, then you should work on your also pitch more. But
Okay.
everything else is great.
All right. Thank you so much, Annie. All right, Mahesh.
Okay, Timothy, I'm completely agreed the way you have built the platform. It's a need in the geography. However, what I worry more is how is the infrastructure in Africa growing and impacting the logistics that you are going to build? Second, you will have a much dependency on the IoT platform providers. And if they fail to deliver, you fail to deliver. So you need to understand that aspect of your partnership with your partners. Third one is you spend a lot of time initially on building the problem statement scenario and consumed almost 1 hour, 1 minute, 40 seconds there. Shorten it so that you can get more time later. GIS data you want to present and utilize in your platform, you would end up paying them money, and that's huge money. I haven't seen that calculations and I love numbers. So whatever numbers you have put, I like them, but you have not put the cost associated to it. Second, and the last point is, what are the future selling? You said you were going to do AI platforms and all that, but how are you going to utilize that data and monetize that data itself? And that will help you grow further. So these are few points. I also wrote it in your feedback. Just look into it.
Thank you.
Overall, good pitch.
Thank you.
Amazing. Thank you so much, everyone. Okay, let's go next person. All right, Cindy, are you ready?
I think so.
Okay, so counting down. Let's get started. 3, 2, 1, let's go.
So we're Menuist, and we make instant digital menus. Let me tell you what I mean by that. But first, we've had a lot of deep tech, so I just need you to relax a little bit because we're going to be talking about consumer tech for a little while. So what powers menus? Increasingly AI. You've probably been out dining recently and seen one of these tools in use, right? Either a QR code menu that you had to scan on your phone, a tablet that you were ordering off of, or maybe if you're based in Japan, you were looking at Tabelog and seeing that there's a new English menu. So we know what they're using on the back end, but the problem is that it's not really doing a great job. We've looked at 3 actual use cases between Kakakomo, Yusen, and Eat Tokyo, all of which are based in Japan, and looked at what they're doing on the back end. Mostly it's just wasting money for things that aren't doing enough. The other problem is that there's a lost opportunity because this eating, this travel dining, isn't equitable, which is how we're ending up with people getting the police called on them because they ordered a crab that cost 10 times as much as they thought it did because they didn't understand the menu. At the same time, both of those parties think it was the other guy's fault. So how do we solve this problem? We need a way that we can make multilingual menus that are a little bit less burden on everybody. How do we do that? Well, turning data into delicious. Effectively, what Menuist does is take the data that's readily available, whether that's digital data from a QR code TTO system, or regular OCR data from a user that's actively taking a picture of a handwritten menu in a restaurant, and turn that into enriched content that has photos, is intelligent enough to tell you about your allergies and ingredients, and can give you a little bit of context to enrich your experience while you're dining at that restaurant. All of this while asking absolutely nothing from the restaurant owners themselves. Some unique features that we're able to do is that as we have users log in, this is one of our payment options, is you can actually say what types of foods you're hoping to avoid, and we can flag them for you in the text because most of our technology is based on matching text strings. Here's an example of our tech versus Google Lens today. As you can see, we have Google Lens on the right and MenuWiz on the left, giving you fairly similar explanations, but then that little bit extra if you don't know anything about Japanese food to make you feel more comfortable. Same time, this is with Tabelog's current English UI. And then on the right, we have MenuWiz, where we've changed some issues such as calling a single fried shrimp one tail, which is a little bit too direct of a translation for the average American English speaker to understand. How this works is that we get the menu data, scan it, have it analyzed by our AI agent, and then also against a database that we have privately, generate any new menu options that need to be shown, and then it's very easy to order simply by using text-to-speech programs or by pointing and showing it on your phone. Our pricing works in two ways, either as an integration with installation and usage fees, or invisible on the back end as an API, which is more appropriate for QR code menus. Let me show you what that looks like. A great example is the Hilton Honors app that you'll see up here in the top right corner, where they're already using Lyft as an implemented service. Very easy as a hotel app to implement something like MenuWiz, which then once you're staying anywhere that they offer, you can go into a local hotel and the Hilton brand is with you the whole way. We can also offer more precision for companies that are already focusing on having to translate menus. So these are your Mr. menus, these are any kind of QR or digital menu platform that's currently in use today. Then, of course, we do have an individual mobile app, but we don't see this as a huge profit driver. It's more of an option and something that we can use to resell to travel companies if they're interested. Of course, we can also do subscriptions and offer a wide range of functions, but for more than anything, this is just testing. We prefer to stand on the shoulders of giants. We know it would be very difficult for us to compete and try to make our own QR code menu or try and get a bunch of kind of honestly grumpy Japanese restaurants to get on board with a company owned by foreigners. Instead of doing that, we go directly to the companies that are already servicing them to help fill in the gap between when someone makes a reservation and pays the check. This is basically how our service adoption works. We already know it's something that tourists need, and therefore we're able to find partners that are driving revenue back and forth. In a top-down approach, here in Japan, we have about a $250 million market. But if we look at our different verticals, we can almost be at about $1 billion a year, touching with the same technology in different places. Up to now, we've got an agreement to soft launch at GIC Tokyo and 3 letters of intent. And our team is made up of myself, a top-ranking food journalist, SEO #1, and I already have experience working at a lot of these companies that we're trying to target. And then we have our engineer, the past Cookpad AI developer and ex-Googler. And we're looking for $350,000 in pre-seed funding and also for partnerships with local governments and other corporations that can help co-develop with us. Thank you very much.
Thank you. All right. All right. Mentors, you guys ready for review? Okay, the core idea first. 3, 2, 1, let's go. Okay, Jason, you're gonna be the first person. All right. Presentation. 3, 2, 1, let's go. 4, 2, 4. Okay, and what is that? Research quality. 3, 2, 1, let's go. Okay, Jason, let's get started.
Sydney, you're gonna hit me after this. So I think let me make a disclaimer first. Your presentation deck is fantastic, right? It's very visual. It's great. You know, you have listed the problem statement very well. And you know, I think you're really trying to solve a real problem, right? I think that's a good starting point. Now, I really want to get down to the nitty-gritty, right? So we are at the growth stage right now, and I think I have to be a bit more strict on where we are going with this. How real is your product going to end into the market? And I want to be, you know, as much help as I can before you get to graduation, right? So first thing first, I think coming into competitors, right? You're listing your product as a translation solution, right? Have you really measured against other potential competitors, not just in Japan, but outside of it, right? How do other people deal with it, right? I think a good example is to look into China, right? Like Alipay, where they have these tools built in where you can just translate anything on a screen on the fly, right? Translates text, handwriting, and images. Doesn't matter what you're looking at using a camera or a browser with images, it just does it on the fly, right? Of course, you are actually thinking based on context, based on food. It makes it a lot more understandable, but what cost of efficiency, right? And then secondly, you walk through the customer journey, right? You had like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 things that you go through, but you just ran through the slide too quickly. I did not have enough time to actually read through everything for you to explain everything. So I feel like the necessary points were not translated or communicated well enough to actually capture what actually is going on. So after that, I think also translating on the device, right? How do you actually indicate what you want to order to the waiter or waitress, right? I think that's the main issue when people use any translation tools. You did mention, I did catch at the last part, you said you use the app, the ordering app, or you actually use a speaker, text to speech, for example, to tell the waiter order. But is that an issue as well, right? Have you actually solved the pain point where the order is miscommunicated, or potentially the waiter does not know what is the item you're ordering because they use a different name for it, right? And then the presentation itself, while it's very visual and it's very fantastic, very engaging, it may seem a bit slide heavy. I'm not sure how many slides you're using, but again, like I said, you're flying through the slides, right? So I have no time to read things, and as you come towards the end of it, I'm just rushing to look at things that might help me understand better. So it's counterintuitive at this. I'm starting to lose you. I'm not really sure what I should be looking at, and I do see the same way you're presenting the display of your product, but I'm rushing now, right? So I think that can be a potential crutch or potential blocker in how people actually read your deck, right? And then the competitor analysis as well, I feel it's a bit confusing. You had a lot of competitors, but you had a yellow, orange, and red circle. But I'm not sure what I'm looking at because there's so many listed over there. So maybe have some kind of indicator or legend or something that just points out what you're trying to highlight here, right? And now, the bigger deal of the day, right? You had 3 LOIs. Until today, you still have 3 LOIs, but I don't know what those LOIs are, right? It's great as initial traction, but I also want to know how close are you to closing this deal? What is this LOI? Who is it, right? And what is the potential ROI from closing a deal, right? Are you just dealing with one restaurant? Are you talking an LOI big corporation where you're actually doing an affiliate type of solution, right? I think that will give a stronger basis to whether the audience, potential investor, really sees the value in your product. They really want to invest in your product. Either way, it's a great progress, but I would love to see the improvement because I do believe there is something you can really solve. I just haven't seen the overall full picture yet, and I really want you to succeed. All right, so good job to this point. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. Great. Okay. Mahesh, you want to go next?
Okay, Sydney. I mean, we did discuss this multiple times, I guess. It's a great presentation. I know the problem statement. I face it multiple times in Japan, wherever I go, because I have some dietary restrictions, so I can deal with it. Because I speak Japanese, I understand, manage that. But what question I have is, how do you build a moat against the big giants you are partnering with? Because initially they might partner, but tomorrow they will build their own solutions. Second, the current translation tools may not be well sufficient for doing what they are doing, but a year down the line, 2 years down the line, your moat is going to be weaker, right? So how do you prevent yourself from getting your own customers eaten up by your competition? Another point which I wanted to highlight was in terms of the revenue numbers. You said there are 3 LOIs. My lawyer always tells me that LOI has 0 value. So if you go pitch it to the VCs, they might hear it, but they may not value it much. You should keep it, but you need to understand that you need to reach out to a concrete commercial deal. I myself have signed an LOI to build a countrywide network, which would be $1.5 to $1.8 billion worth of revenue, but 2 years we did 0 revenue generation. So quickly get to the contracts. Good, all the best.
Thank you so much. Okay, Annie?
Thank you. Thank you, Sydney. It's my first time to hear the business. I kind of liked it, but I haven't been in Japan, but I feel that I understand the problem statement. I understood it clearly. Somehow also I was rushing behind you to follow the context. I think you were going super fast, but that's okay to catch up the time. From a product point of view, I agree with the 2 mentors for the product and the roadmap, because this is a very high risk. But I'm taking it from the product side. I would rather capitalize on their technology and build my product. So, for example, if I will think of building a product, and instead of translating it, I will take the translation result from anyone and then build my digital menu, build my own way. So it will be built on the fly or something. So something around this, it will be more sense, because I was also keen to understand who's going to pay for this. Is it the restaurant? Is it subscription? Is it a freemium model? Because I don't see people can pay a lot for this, but they can pay for something that they don't have. Maybe they don't have a digital menu at all. So I think you have a passion towards the food tech and the F&B industry, since you are a journalist for this, but running behind technology only and building your own model, translation, and so on. So it is good, but maybe you cannot monetize it in a bigger way, and you can reach to a multi-million or a multi-billion dollar company in the future. So just we need to rethink about it. One more thing also, the business model, the monetization and the commercial side of it is not clear. So I didn't understand how you're selling it and how you're making money out of it. Maybe because of the speed, or maybe because it wasn't clear enough. But the idea is great. It is a B2C. B2C, if you clicked, it's $1 billion company. But maybe you need to rework on the business model and the commercial side out of it. All the best.
Hello, everyone. Can you hear me?
So is it only me, or
We
Let
can
me-
hear you. Your slides.
Thank you.
I think my connection was lost, right? Is that correct?
Not sure.
Yes, correct, Adam. Your connection was.
We're good. We can hear her.
It's temporarily slowed down, but I keep hearing. Sush, can you?
Yes, Adam. Hello, Mary. You can start your presentation.
Okay. Are you setting the time for me, or shall I do it?
Yes, I will make a stopwatch. You can also create your own so that
Okay.
it will be easier.
I think I'm back, I guess. I see everything smooth now.
Oh,
Can you guys
okay.
hear me clearly?
Yes, you do.
Okay. So I'm gonna count down. 3, 2, 1. Let's go.
Okay, 50 million women in Asia are trying to return to work. That's the size of South Korea. They are skilled, motivated, but invisible. I've taken 3 career breaks, and each time I face recruiters who question the gaps, my value, and my commitment. That pressure makes many women to trade their ambition for balance and to take roles beneath their potential. In Tokyo, 200 women told us the same story. Explaining the gap is hard, asking for flexibility feels risky, negotiating salary feels wrong. I've been there and got through it by learning to navigate tough conversation and how mindset shapes presence. Women are missing those skills, people skills like self-advocacy and negotiation under pressure. And science is clear. You can't learn these people skills from books or video. You need practice in context with feedback. Meet Boosty, our AI conversational coach. Women choose a scenario like job interview or setting boundaries. They customize tone, context, and feedback styles, role play for 3-5 minutes, and get instant feedback. Each session feeds into a behavioral fingerprint, so we know what they are capable of, not just their resume. What sets us apart? We combine AI with the AGES framework, a neuroscience-backed method that makes behavior change up to 6 times more effective. Most trainers don't apply it because they don't know it or they can't execute it. We do. Our competitor upgrade the tech, but not the learning approach, using AI on old methods. Booty upgrades both new tech applied to new ways of learning, backed by science. We start in Japan, then expand to Singapore, where I spent 7 years. And while we train women, we keep our eyes on what they really want, a job. So we're adding a recruitment marketplace on top of our learning platform. Our company ready? Absolutely. Everyone knows a sister, colleague, or wife who struggled to return, and executives are no different. They care about diversity and ESG, but more than that, they want to do something right and be part of the solution. And we make it easy for them and measurable. Here's the journey of women. They start with a free self-assessment, pay an affordable subscription, train, build confidence, and get matched to roles. Eventually, they get placed. The returning woman market is off-radar from traditional recruiters because of their non-linear careers. Many women still ask, what job can I apply for? So we match based on skills and we guide them toward high-demand roles where people skills matter most. One example is project management. Because we were PM ourselves, it's realistic and the demand is real. 2 million PMs needed yearly in APAC. How do we compete with job boards? We don't wait for women to apply. We prepare and match them proactively. Boosty is predictable, localized, and built for flexibility. Talking about monetization, our goal is to partner with Japanese government and corporate sponsors. So the cost is not on women alone. Current return to work programs have gaps that Boosty fills, offering a complementary layer that boosts reach, confidence, and completion. Our revenue comes from low-cost subscription as a start, then third-party subsidies, and our mainstream is placement success fee. Today, we're gaining traction using a simple chatbot prototype in existing communities. Next, an MVP. with voice and deeper API integration. Over time, we leverage traction, behavioral data to fine-tune both training and matching. Once the model works, we scale fast on two directions. First, Boosty as a product already requested for company culture fit training, and Boosty as a data set and behavioral layer that informs hiring, planning, and policy. I'm Marie. With Sandrine, we bring 20 years of business, behavioral science, and tech execution. We're looking for a Japanese co-founder. Thank you.
Thank you so much. And sorry for my latency. I have some short latency. All right, everyone can hear me clear, right?
Yes, we do.
Okay, so ratings. Mentor the core idea first. 3, 2, 1, let's go. Wow, great. Okay. And presentation skill. 3, 2, 1, let's go. Okay. Then research quality. 3, 2, 1, let's go. Mixed feelings. Okay. I think this time I'd like to start someone that who hear this pitch first time, which is Henny. Let's see his point of view first, and also point of view from the where he is based in, and global angle and so on. So then we can move for other mentors. All right, Henny, stage is yours.
Sure. Thank you, Mary. This is my first time to hear it. I understood it all. I understood the pain point problem statement. The market size is tremendous globally. That's not only even in Middle East. I know few ideas were trying to solve this problem. One of them is called Super Mama. I was also focused in post-delivery reskilling women. The idea is great. It is scalable. I think you might face few challenges of building the model of the engine, because that's a very customizable business model for individuals. It is different from ages, backgrounds, and so on. So I think your key growth partners will be government, SDGs, organizations, NGOs. Those guys will love this business model, and they will even fund you, support you, scale you. And I have personally been in some of the programs in the region here where we do a lot of community building into universities. So I think your scaling partners is the NGOs and the community. They even can be your clients, and you might sell this as a B2G instead of selling it to a B2B. I really liked the marketplace thing, but that's also an overlapping business model, building an AI model or an AI assistant or a scaling assistant, and then building to a marketplace or a recruitment marketplace. That's a very wide business model. I would rather build one, stabilize it, and then scale to the next phase. But overall, I like that idea. It is great. It is scalable, and I would love to have even a follow-up call with you. Thank you.
Thank you, Annie.
Thank you so much. We realized that one presenting mentor Mahesh will be leaving 1:45, so we need to manage the time well, and everything needs to be done in 2 hours. So, sushi is great. Hey, sushi's managing well the time, I think. All right, thanks, Sush, for following up. So let's wrap up with the feedbacks in each person's short, and then we're gonna have one more person left, which is Dalip. Then listen to Mahesh presentation, 10 minutes, 15 minutes, so, and then Mahesh will leave, and we continue with the breakout rooms as well. Okay, everything going to be under the 2 hours in total. Let's go. So next person feedback. Jess, you want to give feedback? Next person.
Me, is it?
Jason, yeah.
Okay. Yeah, Marie, fantastic. I think again you've come a long way. From the initial product ideas. This is very, very different from what we've initially heard. Your initial presentation and storytelling is really engaging. I love how you caught the audience at the very beginning, right? Problem statement is really powerful. However, that itself has its own flaws, right? The first slide itself is already too text heavy. Bold what is important, right? You have lemon boost, right? You have some indicators of certain keywords that are there. You did that in another slide where you talked about women want a job, right? And you already highlighted in red and stuff like that. Do that, right? Because the first slide is your initial impression, right? First impressions matter, and if it's already too confusing, you're gonna lose the audience, right? Have a small way to illustrate, things that are complicated. For example, ages neuroscience framework, right? Nobody really understands what that is unless they're in the industry. So always treat the audience like they're a child, right? So when like you're talking to a child, how do you explain it to them in simple terms, right? Also be careful when you use the words AI, because as of today, most people and especially investors call bluff on AI, right? So know exactly what the AI does if you're using it, and if you're not, be very, very try to avoid the term unless you know how to use that, right? Again, I love the slide on women want a job, because I think that's the most easiest to understand. You've bolded and you've highlighted in red, so it's a great way to highlight the points that you're trying to make. So keep using that, right? User journey is fantastic. I think this is one of the best illustrations I've seen so far. But there are certain things probably I want to ask. For example, why you only have one free role play only, right? Maybe a specific duration like ChatGPT, right? 2 to 3 role plays a month, right? To prove that value and keep the user locked in, right? You wanna you leave trails of little carrots along the way. You just want to keep them running on that wheel, right? And you want to keep them engaged, right? So you don't want to engage them once and they're like, you know what, I'm gonna run it off on my own because I don't know if that was really valuable. Again, also one other thing I noted is you probably reading off a notepad, paper or something, because I noticed you're always looking down. And I think that's a telltale sign that you're not fully engaged with what you're selling, right? So you may lose track of what you're presenting, you may even confuse the audience. And I think more importantly is you need to know your product. You need to pitch from the heart. You need to know what exactly you're selling. And if you don't, then people are going to call it and they're going to lose your interest as they start to notice that where you're looking somewhere else. Okay. And the last 2 slides are the part that may give me a red flag, because I feel like maybe the background isn't very clearly written. I think I mentioned this before. It's like, hey, there's 2 people here. I don't know where you came from, what you did, what's your background, maybe a little summary of your profile, right? List what your strengths are, but also list where what company you work for, right? And the last slide itself is you're only looking for a co-founder. I'm not sure that's sufficient, right? Because you mentioned Japanese co-founder and it's very specific. So point out why. And secondly, you're pitching so much. Aren't you looking for an investment? Aren't you looking more maybe a potential investor or mentor, somebody who really can engage with you? So I think that's very, very important. All in all,
Thank you.
fantastic progress, but I'm so sorry I took up so much. And good luck moving forward.
Thank you. Thank you. All right, Mahesh.
Okay. Marie, I also observed that you are reading, so I was about to give that feedback. And unless you are selling from your heart, I mean, it's difficult to sell. That's one. Second, on the content itself, the contents we reviewed last time, I was much convinced. So I went back, did some research on this topic. There were 2 founders in previous cohort as well were looking at doing similar stuff. And I haven't seen any progress on that. The reason could be they could not get enough people on the platform, or they could not get enough partners on the platform. as Jitsan mentioned, if you are using AI, that's good, but you should also support it through the natural intelligence. That means the human trainers who would work with the participants, and there should be a model to pay them back. That's one thing you need to pitch in. So when I say that the research part is not sufficient, that's where I was coming from, reducing the grades, right?
Thank you.
In all, the platform is the way you have built the mock-ups are good. You need to start getting into actual people using it, experiencing it, and get the feedback. I will cover that in my presentation as well, but that's important.
Yes. Thank you.
All the
All right, Annie.
I was the first one.
Oh, yeah. Sorry. Okay, thank you. All right. Okay. So, Dilly, So, okay, one thing is, Mahesh, is it a hard stop or 8 p.m. is okay, Mahesh?
I can finish my presentation in 5-10 minutes quickly. I just have 10 points to elaborate on, but we can go.
Okay. Then, all right, let's get started.
Would it help, Ernest, if I present, but then they give written feedback just to save time?
Or maybe you present later.
Okay.
Oh,
no, let him present. Let him go ahead, Eddie.
Okay. Dilip, stage yours. And I'm gonna set timer is ready. Okay, 3, 2, 1, let's go.
As a product manager, I've experienced firsthand the frustration of losing hours every week to low value repetitive work, time that could be better spent leading teams and driving innovation. That's why I built ProdMine AI, to give product managers back their time and help teams thrive. Product managers are the glue in every tech company, yet too much time is lost to tactical tasks, whether it's updating roadmaps or sending status reports. This inefficiency is costing companies $50 billion globally each year, leading to burnout, missed deadlines, and misaligned teams. As one PM put it, I'm sending the same status report over and over, jumping between tools with no clear process. The real issue isn't just the volume of work, it's the lack of control and the mental toll of context switching, which is leaving product managers and their teams overwhelmed and reactive. ProdMine AI gives product managers back their time by automating the busy work in terms of AI, automating manual tasks, seamless integration with tools, and real-time actual insights they can use immediately. Unlike generic workflow automation, ProdMine AI is purpose-built for product managers and SaaS and tech companies. Our proprietary AI deeply integrates with the key tools product managers use most and help to automate the most tactical time-consuming tasks, which is stakeholder reporting, cross-team alignment tracking, and translating requirements from business and engineering teams. As you can see in this demo, do you ever feel like you're chasing scattered updates across different tools while burning hours trying to make sense of it all? ProdMine AI ends that grind. It automatically pulls together everything you need from all different tools you use in one clear view, making decisions faster and losing the headache of chasing information. ProdMine AI appears, ProdMine AI dashboard, you've got a living database at your fingertips that spots knowledge gaps instantly. As you can type in what's the status report, the AI agent basically allows you to pinpoint key stakeholders and reclaim hours every week. Another feature we're putting forward is for this tool is if you've got endless meetings pulling you in different directions with tasks scattered across teams, ProdMine AI steps in as a virtual coordinator, automating syncing everywhere to cut overload. ProdMine AI's intuitive dashboard spots misalignments, instantly flags gaps like overlooked insights, and suggests fixes, eliminating manual realignments between teams and reclaiming hours so you can focus on what matters. In terms of our 10x benefit, we have a 10x reduction in manual work. Addressing the current process people experience with manual reporting, copy paste, and chasing alignments. And in terms of our moat, we have a threefold edge, which is proprietary integration, AI trained on real PM workflows, and AI first localization. In terms of our market opportunity, the global annual spend on product management software is 20 billion, and we've taken a bottom-up approach in our SOM to target 100 to 150 million. In terms of our business model, anyone can, we've got flexible pricing. So starting with the freemium with clear usage limits and premium subscription, and then enterprise for different customers at different stages of meet their needs. In terms of our go-to-market, anyone can start for free, integrate with Jira, Slack, and Figma instantly, and experience the value immediately. We have two models, one with freemium to premium subscription and one for enterprise B2C, B2B. In terms of our traction to date, we spoke to over 100 different industry experts and customers, including more than 20 in-depth interviews. Key insight is current products today for product managers is not meeting their needs or helping to automate across their workflows. ProdMind AI stands apart by deeply integrating automation for PMs, addressing the full tactical burden PMs face. My name is Lee Panis. I have a background working at Amazon, Shell, Deloitte, and experience in go-to-market and product. And my co-founder, Dr. Lei Sun, is experienced in AI automation and workflows. Together, we bring strategic leadership, technical depth, and a passion for empowering teams worldwide. In terms of we're looking to raise $250,000 to support go-to-market and product development and pilot partnerships, companies willing to bring ProdMind AI to their business. And I'm excited to answer any questions you have. Thank you very much.
Okay, thank you. All right, let's jump to the presentation from now on, and then feedbacks will come back later from Jetson and Henny and Mahesh. Any feedbacks also? You already issued your dashboard anyway, right, Mahesh? So the link can be, but let's just give the ratings first. Yeah, just to know. Okay, cool idea. 3, 2, 1, let's go. 4, 4, and 4. Okay, the presentation. 3, 2, 1, let's go. You want wow, Jason. All right, you're gonna get good feedback from Jason. All right. Research. 3, 2, 1, let's go. 5, sugoi. 2, and what is that? No 3s allowed. Like, is it 3? No 3 allowed. Okay, 4. Okay, great. Okay, let's get started with the presentation. Mahesh, you can share your screen or you can get started.
Let me share my screen.
Mm-hmm. The link feedbacks will come after the presentation.
Oh, somehow I'm not able to share it.
Is it an online link or a kind of PDF? You can send me, I can share if you want.
Okay, there we go.
Yeah, you can see now.
Okay. So here we go. Just let me quickly walk you through. I'll be talking about 10 quick points about what we need to do for the scaling. Now, the first thing we need to look into is the product market fit, the right talent, the right measure of the economics, the scalability will have much dependency on the culture. The scalability will also have dependency on how the operations and processes also scale along with your product and platform scaling. Rest 6, I'll just read it out and then you can utilize that. For example, leveraging the government and corporate innovation programs. For example, in case of Lemon Boost, you can also utilize the corporate innovation funds or CSR funds for your usage. In case of the oil refinery programs or the governments have been spending a lot on how do they recycle the plastic and waste. So you can utilize those programs. For example, the build and bridges for establishing corporations, you need to have the partners or early customers onboarded for this, right? Fundraising in Japan would be unique. We see landscape. So if you are doing it in Japan, you need to go through those details. Growth and marketing, there are different marketing styles. So if you are non-Japanese getting into a Japan market, you need to look at these marketing skills, distribution channels, because many of these B2B customers will have already tie-ups with B2B channels, and they will procure through that channels easily. You need to plan for your global expansion from day one. You need to think through from your platform or product design initial days itself. What I mean by the product market fit is you need to get into the deep customer research. You need to have Okyaksama no koe. And as I said it to Mari, you might need to reach out to some non-employed female associates who would give you the feedback, what they are experiencing, if they use this, what benefit they have got. So earlier you get that feedback will help you more. In the Japanese customers, they will value reliability. So if your product platform is you are launching it, you make sure that it is working 24/7 whenever you need it. You need to have it polished much. You have to have some in-depth interviews or on-site visitors to master the unspoken words if you are looking for the Japan market, because that's where most of the customers will see, okay, who else has looked into this product? And if they recommend me, I will use it. That kind of help you'll get through. The high-touch pilot programs, where you can offer a limited free trial, like Dilip mentioned, he has a free trial program where you can give it to the pilot, to the handful corporates, they use it, give you early feedback. The earlier you fail, it's better for you to scale it. You should build some key accounts to gather detailed feedback before broad rollout. So if you fail in a controlled environment rather than failing in a scale. Increase customer satisfaction earlier, because instead of scaling it immediately, you better scale it to a limited audience where you prove it and then scale it and make that a habit. That's where the product market fit will come from. Next point is, who is your partner? Who is your development? Who is your team? So you acquiring, partnering, retaining, and managing those partners, those co-founders, those employees will be key, especially for Japan. If you have bilingual, bicultural hires, especially when you are scaling it outside Japan, having some of them on board will help. For Japan, you need to have partnered with somebody who is local Japanese. And one of the founder clearly mentioned that they are looking for a Japanese founder. That's a good choice. You should look at it. Other founders also please start looking at it. That will help you scale faster in Japan if Japan is your market. Having flexible work policies for your employees will help, because most of these innovative young talent, they did not join the corporates, the big Mitsubishis and Toyotas of the Japan, because they want to do something different, the different way. They don't want to have 9 to 5 job. So look at that as one thing to consider. Promote inclusive or diversity culture that will help you build a team faster for Japan. Third point, which I emphasize, I just picked, they will have different parameters given by different VCs. Different VCs will ask you different questions. What is your customer acquisition cost? What is your lifetime value? What is your gross margin? What is your churn rate? What is your payback period? What's your contribution margin? You need to have your numbers handy. Not that you will look into some Excel sheet somewhere and then you will answer the question. You should have these numbers if you are looking into a business. So in a short sentence, track all your metrics from CAC to LTV to churn. If you are looking for a Japanese investor, put it into JPY terms. That will help. You also need to have your break-even runway ready, because that's where you will get funding. And if you want to scale, you need somebody to fund you. It's tighter domestic funding rounds in Japan compared to Silicon Valley. So you have to extend your runway by achieving early break-evens or positive EBITDA earlier possible. No matter how well designed your strategic plan is, it will fall flat unless your team shares the appropriate culture. So better program that culture earlier. If it is Japan, emphasis on group harmony, make your mission and values explicit so new hires can integrate smoothly. You should have your values somewhere pasted on a wall where everybody can look at it, because somebody has rightly said, if that the culture is strategy for breakfast and technology for lunch. So that's very easy way to say it. But get two-way feedbacks, introduce it regular anonymous feedbacks earlier in the cycle. And while we are talking about culture, plan the culture of globalization early in the system. And last one, scaling the operations. You will have to scale the business operations, the employee training and development, streamlining the processes. So basically you have scale, operationalize it, process it, again further scale it, further operationalize it, further process it. So you need to have this cycle ongoing again and again. So it should be your standard operating procedure that you will have all the QA checked, you will have all the QC checked, you will have continuous improvement, you will have continuous technology integration, you will have continuous scale. Any point, if your technology is a lagger, if your process is a lagger, if your operations is a lagger, that's where you are going to get a bigger hit in your scale. So these are the quick points. I'll share this with you. My apologies, I rushed it to the presentation, but some of the images might be open source images, but the idea is to give you the thought process on what you should be looking at when you are scaling. Any questions?
All right. I think it's gonna be so hard to accept the question because we have the breakout rooms and then the leaps feedbacks remain. I think if you guys have any questions, feel free to reach out to Mahesh to directly. So other than that, I think we need to complete this session. So sorry for the time.
Thank you, Eric. Before I log off, let me apologize to some of the candidates who have reached out to me for office hours. I'll find out time.
That will be amazing, Mahesh, if you can, because the cohort also becomes so smaller, you know. So, and then you can also open only 15 minutes for a given chance to everyone. 15 minutes rapid fire style, one-on-one also as you wish. If you can, that would be appreciated. That being said, that concludes the mentoring session. So this, you know, we will do our best to be able to do this breakout rooms. Sorry for the time management. It's happening first time. It's going to be least. So okay. So the leaps feedback. Mahesh, any verbal feedbacks to the least pitch?
Dilip, I think last time we met and we discussed in person. There are multiple tools. The key challenge of delivery delays are people think that they have completed the task and they deliver it, but that is not done. That you find it when QA is testing it, and then you have to send it back to developer again. These are some of the, I would say, human touch points. These are the big challenges in overall project management practices. So even you have n number of tools, these are some things which you need to capture. And if that the tool which you are developing, if that can capture it, that's going to be a differentiator you'll get definitely. Other things, you are one in 100 or 200 tools available in the market. So you will have your pie, but how you capture others' pie will depend on how you build your moat from others capturing your pie.
Thank you. Yeah.
Thank you so much. All right,
And I'll
Henny?
get you some time for office hours. Thank you.
That would be amazing. Thank you so much, Mahesh. Okay, Henny, Mahesh, I know that you have some hard stuff.
I got to
So
drop. Thank you. Thank you very much.
thanks for joining us. Henny, would you like to go next? No? Henny, we lost his connection. Anyway, Jason?
I'll hold down the fort. So yeah, thanks again for the presentation. Problem statement is good, right? It really lists out. You pointed out your background and you pointed out your pain points and how you relate to this, right? I think that's one of the key selling points when somebody tries to present and win over the audience, right? That they trust the person who's presenting it. I think the same problem exists back then and it still exists now, that your presentation is still very text heavy. It's great that you have a lot of numbers, but it's really hard to keep track of what's going on. There's so much information that's going on. I think it's very important to keep it concise, right? Visualizations are great. I love how you have a GIF. I don't know if it's a GIF or it's a video, but you're actually presenting how they come together. However, the little show of the animations bringing it all together is probably not necessary to do it as like a advertisement, but more of like how it really comes together, right? So secondly, you had some titles on top: product feature demo 1, product demo 2. Don't do that, right? That's a waste of space, right? You're not utilizing the text that you can use as an opportunity to present what the guide to the audience is, what are they supposed to expect, right? So it's a good opportunity to show what it does or how the journey works, right? And more into detail is how does the product work, right? So what tools, what workflows do you integrate with, right? So list some hard names, right? Say you Jira, you integrate with Outlook, make it realistic. Even though you may not have the product yet, but point out where you're going to start from, right? Because people want to know what are you to solve the problem, because they understand the high landscape, but you need to come down to earth now. Like, what actually are you going to solve for them? Emails, your email address as well could be more professional. You have a personal email, it works, but maybe when you want to present on the bigger scale of things, maybe use or have a domain specific to your brand, right? So make sure you list everything in a smooth user rather than send a personal email to me, because probably that's going to indicate that you're probably not up and running, and it gives a little indication where your maturity of your company. All right. But either way, fantastic job. I love it. I love the visuals again. Keep it up. Just make it more concise, and I think you're going on the right track.
Thank
Thank
you
you
so
very
much.
Okay.
All right, that's the Henny.
Yeah. Thank you for the presentation. I also second the two mentors, Jetson and Mahesh. To be honest, where I think here you're putting the product mindset into the business, not the business mindset into the product. So I think we're building a product and we're trying to make it business, not the other way around. I truly loved it, and I loved the vision that you have, but I think you're building the product first, and then you're trying to build the business. So my humble recommendation here, let's try to build the business first, focus in the problem statement, focus in more R&D, research, building some pieces to solve the pain points that everyone have it now. And I think also I second Mahesh when he said, let's focus also on the definition of done. That's a big challenge even for me personally now. We have a 15 team member product team, and we are struggling also to define our tasks and so on. So this is a heavy product that you're building, and integration now became an easy, especially with the automation tools and so on. So people can build this in themselves if they are technical enough. So let's focus of building something that no one have it, or building something that really focus on the pain points, not only integration of the calendars and emails and tools and so on. So that sounds very fancy, but you might struggle to sell it to people who are technical enough, especially the product team. So let's focus on the business side first, and then build the product. But everything else was great. You're passionate. You have a great experience. I saw your profile. You have an amazing profile, and this is going to be something great with a little bit of shaping.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
All right, thanks everyone. I think we can't be able to do the breakout rooms, unfortunately, because mentors' times are run out, because we only asked them to join us 2 hours only. And so I think everyone is pretty tired too. But what we can do is, during the office hours, one-on-one office hours, you can show the 3 sliders. Mentors, everybody create their own 3 sliders regarding the growth related topic. So we already mentioned you in the email. So if you can open some office hours, by the way, you can open group office hours, so everyone can book that particular hours, multiple people, so people can benefit each other. So we can do it by this way. That's the solution. And apologies for time management today. I'm kind of messed up. Sorry. Anyway, with that being said, thank you so much, everyone, and see you on the office hours then. Right.